Squad. Let some people get in here real quick. You think of roses and daisies, and I think of passion and fire like Haiti. You say all the time, peace and quiet. But for my love, I need a riot. I hope you capture my drift. I said I need a riot. I don't want no sinking ship, but I need better than the typical. Alright, guys. Only thing that's saving you is the heart of a woman. Don't let me find out y'all ain't heard Summer Walker her new jams yet. Y'all ain't up on it. Y'all ain't heard her new jams. Alright, guys, we talking about dating these type of people will destroy you. They will destroy you, and we finna get right on into it, okay? We finna get right on into it. Just trying to let some folks come in, you know. So I am doing this video because I want to help someone, okay? Whew, I didn't even know when I was gonna return back to YouTube, y'all. Like, for real. I didn't know when I was gonna return back to YouTube because I almost allowed something to destroy me. Do you hear me? Like, but I'm not destructible, okay? Because I am the daughter of the Most High. And I learned a long time ago that I was gonna attract many different spirits. And so sometimes I'm able to identify certain things, and then to be honest with y'all, sometimes I ignore certain things, and the ignoring gets me in trouble. Okay. So before we get into this, I do want y'all to understand that y'all know, may you see my hand? I'm not married. So I do want y'all to know that we do not battle against flesh and blood, y'all. We battle against, right hand please, we battle against principalities in high places, okay? Anybody who get on here being weird, I'm going to definitely get you off of here. I'm from Detroit. So these are actually demonic spirits that they're being possessed by, that they're operating out of. But I do want y'all to hear me out, because I need y'all to really hear me out so that y'all won't end up having to repair yourself the way I had to repair myself, okay? I'm talking about I had to go through deliverance. I had to go through fasting. I had to go through literally fighting depression, like days I couldn't get out the bed, like, anywho. Only thing that's saving you is the heart of a woman. Alright, so first thing that we're gonna go over, the first type of person that you do not want to date because it could possibly destroy you, okay, is people who don't see wrong in what they do. Okay, the reason why is because if you're dating somebody who don't see no wrong in what they do, you're going to constantly be on some type of emotional roller coaster, right? Because you're talking to someone who it's not that they can't hear you. They could care less about the things that are affecting. They could care less about how their actions are affecting. They could care less. They could care less about the things that you truly need in order for you to feel safe or secure or whatever in the relationship. I'm telling you, they could care less. They are only there for the things that they enjoy about your presence. They are only there for the things that they enjoy about your presence. Because a person who truly is interested in learning the things that you need, you won't have to constantly say the same thing over and over. Because they heard you, they're going to remember it, and they're going to act on it in that time when you need them to perform that act, okay? So if you're constantly repeating yourself and telling somebody what it is that you need in order to feel safe or secure, or what it is that you need to be loved as a person, or anything. Because okay, we're gonna get to that because it's a lot. So people who don't see wrong in what they do, that's an immediate red flag. Because you don't have, there's nothing connected when you communicate with them. It's going straight over their head and they're ignoring it, and you're not never going to get what you need out the relationship because your feelings are being ignored. Because why? They can care less. I'm being honest with you. They could care less. They are thriving off of whatever energy, whatever sexual, whatever it is that they're getting from you, they're thriving off of that. It's not so much about them being in your life because they want to know truly, how can I be healing to this person? How can I truly love this person in the way that they need to be loved? They're not concerned about those things. They're only in your life for selfish intent, which is to get what it is that they enjoy out of your presence. And that's the only thing that matters to them, to be honest with you. They might portray like that's not the case. They might even buy you things, do nice things for you, act as a gentleman, whatever the case is. But ultimately, it's all to keep you in a space where they can continue to come and feed off the energy that they get from you. Continue to feed off the energy that they get from you. Okay? It's not a true love story. So, number one, the person that you might not want to date because they might destroy you is somebody who does not see wrong in what they do. They might try to transfer the blame onto you. You might bring up something to them and they say, oh, well, you did this or whatever. And it's like, yo, if I did that, why didn't you address me when I did that? Why are you bringing that up now? So that they'll transfer the blame. They act as if they don't know what they did. I didn't know. I'm still learning and blah, blah, blah. So they act like they didn't know. They'll transfer the blame. Or they just simply try to justify, well, they did it because of whatever, you know what I'm saying? So the next person is going to be people who are unsure of themselves. And the only reason why I say this one is because you fail to realize how dangerous it is for you to date somebody who is unsure of themselves. Somebody who is unsure of themselves are now going to be displaying actions out of insecurity. It might show up as pride. It might show up as infidelity because they don't know who they are. And so they're seeking their ego to be fed by, multiple women. Pride, infidelity. It might show up as manipulation because the only way that they can feel superior is if they manipulate you mentally to where now you're unsure of yourself. So now they don't feel so bad about them being unsure of themselves. The third person, people who are double-minded. A person that is double-minded will confuse you. That is somebody who you will always have to ask, what's going on in our relationship, or what plans, what direction we going in now, what plans do we have, or you shouldn't be in a relationship where somebody is not having a stable mindset of what it is that they're doing in your life, why they're there, and where you guys are going. If it's always a question mark in the room, that is very destructive because what? God is not a confusion. God gives clarity. God gives clarity, literally. What do you go to God for? You go to God for clarity, instructions, guidance, provision, protection. God has everything that you need, and confusion is just not of God. Double-minded. God says that a double-minded man is unstable in all of his ways. Not some, all of. Because their thoughts are just wobbly. And that is unsafe for you because if you in a relationship is supposed to be for you to build, it's supposed to be for you to thrive, it's supposed to be for two people to come together in a partnership to build something great, to establish an empire, a kingdom, to establish things. That is what a relationship is ultimately for. And so when you get into a relationship with somebody, it shouldn't be you always questioning the status of the relationship, the plans that you guys have, the future that y'all have together, questioning their motives, questioning their decision making. It should not always be a question mark in the room. How you doing? So that's dangerous because if you are not able to focus, if you are so mind fogged, because it's always confusion, which is what double-mindedness is, you're missing something. Whether the double-mindedness, the confusion is draining you, and now you're not able to focus. Maybe you have mind fog because there's no clarity. Maybe now because you're confused, you're asking them questions, and then that spirals out to something else because this type of person doesn't even want you to ask them questions. They don't want to get to the bottom of it. That's not what they do. They don't have the answers. They're confused. So they don't want you asking them questions because it's going to reveal the fact that they are confused. So it's just altogether just unhealthy. It's going to put you in a place where you either suppress all your feelings because you know that you can't go to this person, or you're going to get to a point where you're so confused, you're going to keep going in that circle and going in that circle with that person. And you're going to look up 3-4 years from now, and you're going to realize just how much you've been in repeated cycles of unsurety, of no clarity, of confusion, just repeated cycles. And then you like, dang, I was 30 when I met this person. I'm 34 now. And I'm looking up and I'm still in the same spot. I've been spinning in circles for years. Listen, let's see. I think I'm going to be posting a video later and it kind of touched base on this, but people who are selfish, only coming to take. And we in this context, we are not talking about selfish people as of, oh, they don't want to do anything for anybody or something like that. I'm dating. No, I'm not dating right now. I'm not dating at all. So we're not talking about somebody who is selfish in a sense of not wanting to give things to others, because you have to think about it. We're talking about a narcissistic, demonic energy here. Okay? They will give you things. They will act as if they are good people. They will love bomb you. You know what I'm saying? They will gentleman this and gentleman that. But selfishness is not about them giving you monetary things, because actually selfishness is about, I hope I said that word right. But anyway, selfishness is about them doing these things because it's something that they want from you. It's something that they want from you. It could be just, like I said, it could be sexual. It could be your presence. It could be your energy. It could be your undivided attention. Like some guys only want you dating them and they don't want you dating other people. So they're going to love bomb you to make you think. Do you carry on like this? Carry on like what? They're going to think that if they could do the bare minimum for you, it'll keep you content with them to where you're not open or even exposing yourself to other opportunities of dating. This is what I mean by selfish. This is a selfish person who knows that they are not coming into your life intentionally to cater to you in every way that you need. They're only coming because they don't want to see you with nobody else, or they're not afraid to lose you. They're only afraid for you to be with somebody else. Or I'm talking right now. Or selfishness means like they'll come into your life and drain you of all the knowledge, energy, spiritual growth, wisdom that they can. Like when you met them, they probably was like a shell of a person, right? But when you met them, they started to open their eyes to certain things, open their mind to certain things, open their spirit to certain things, be more interested in learning, be more interested in business, or just more interested in learning how to treat other people properly. Like you could have literally given them all of the value in life, spiritual knowledge, wisdom, everything, but they're going to say that you didn't give them anything because what you gave them was not monetary. They're going to try to compare the priceless things, intangible things that you've given them that you can take for the rest of your life. They're going to try to compare those things to the temporary bare minimum monetary gain that they might have invested in your life. You know what I'm saying? And I call this a selfish person because their intent is not there to truly, when you get into a relationship, the intent is to be, this is what relationships is about. Two people, they come from two totally different backgrounds. They have different beliefs. They have different upbringings. They have different traumas. They have different strengths. They have different gifts, whatever the case is, right? And these people are coming together to enhance one another. It's not going to be two people that's exactly the same. It's going to be two people who are like night and day, or calm and hyper, or like business minded, more subtle, more 9 to 5, spiritually mature, and you know, they might be a babe in Christ but want to know God. And like, it's going to be two totally different people that come together. It might be a wise person, a business minded person, a more spiritually inclined person, and the other person might not be inclined in those areas, but they're very active. They are very loving, very affectionate. It's going to be, in, like I said, it might be an affectionate one, and there might be a one who's not so much affectionate until certain moments. So they're automatically going to have two different aura makeups, character makeups, whatever you want to call it. But you have to have the mindset that I'm coming into this person's life, and whatever they might need to heal from, I want to help them heal from that. Because that is my role as the husband, as the wife, to be their comfort, to be there for them, to help them grow, for us to grow together. Not only just heal a person, because you don't just go around trying to heal everybody, but in another sense, it could be like, I want to actually come into this person's life and learn what it is that this individual needs to feel loved. Everybody does not feel love in the same manner. Every female does not feel love because you opened her door, because you took her out on a dinner, because you paid her rent. That's not love for every female. Some females only want you to listen, and she want to actually see you act on the things that she told you. Some women only need, they want just the insurance. They want to feel like you're everything. They might actually want you guys to have a spiritual connection. They might actually want you to be the type of person they can just chill out and read a book with. Whatever the case is, everybody has their own love language. Not only just a love language. Everybody has their own things that I'm sitting on one of them little beanbag things, but some people have, everybody has different things that they need, and you can't just go around feeling like because you gave all that you can give that you've done your best. Your best is to get to know the person. That's the best that you have to offer, is to truly get to know the inside of the person. What things that they used to struggle with that they don't struggle with anymore, that you might not want to bring back into their lives. That's like you, just for instance, I'm just saying for instance, that's like you being with an addict, right? And you know that they have been 5-7 years clean of something. You might want to get into those details before you start bringing substances around them. No, you might not know this, but these, in the dating phase, in the early dating phase, these are questions you might want to ask. Like, you know, do you feel like it's anything that you feel like is a trigger for you, or that might cause you to relapse, or things that you might want to stay away from? Or they might not even have to say that to you. Maybe all you have to do is pay attention. For example, I was dealing with somebody, and we've been dating for 5 months. He's never seen me drink no liquor. He's never seen me drink a bottle of liquor, ever, 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 ever. He's never seen me go to the bar and order a drink. And anytime we ever went to the bar, it was only me having a champagne and orange juice. I would have a mimosa, maybe 2. So out of 5 months, if every time you sit next to her, you ordering drinks and she ain't never ordered one, it should spike something in your head to ask you, well, why don't you drink? You might want to ask them, why don't you drink? I have not taken a strong drink in 5 years. Because when I did used to drink, it used to make me an angry person. That's when I used to get into it with my guys, or I can see me just being more vicious. So I don't drink. So in that case, you will come into this person's life knowing, I know that they don't drink because of past experience that I don't want them to relive. So I'm not going to bring these substances around them. That's like somebody telling me that they've been free from smoking for a certain amount of years. I'm not gonna come around this person and just light up no smoke. What? It's not making any sense. That's like it's like I'm trying to entice them, or I'm intentionally disrespecting their growth or what they did to get where they at right now. But it takes for a person who truly wants to know you and truly wants to bond with you and truly wants to be your counterpart, for them to be interested in knowing these things. A person who only coming for what they can benefit out of the relationship, they're not going to get that deep and try to learn those type of things about you. That's not their interest. Their interest is they self. This is how they think. They think, okay, this is how I want my life to be. They're not thinking about your life. They want you in theirs. They want y'all to be a joint entity, but they're not thinking about your life, your inner self that needs loving, that needs attention, that needs understanding. They're only thinking about how they want their life to be, and you're just a part of it. So when they come to you for what it is that they need from you, they need you to be there. But other than that, it's not about you. It's about them. And that's what I mean by selfishness. I'm not talking about a person who's not willing to give a little here and a little there. We're not talking about that, because anybody can do that. We're talking about somebody who truly is only in your life for what they need you to be when they come to you. But overall, their whole aura is about themselves. I want this for my life. This is what I want for my life. I want this for my life. I want this for my life. It's never us. It's never team effort. It's always their soul mental is on them, and they want you to be available when they want your affection, your attention, your energy. They want you there. But it's not always about, okay, let me sit and think. I remember him telling me that this happened in their past, this happened in his family, and he didn't have this. So I'm going to try to be that for him and teach him these things, because I know nobody never taught it for him. He's not sitting there thinking, oh, well, she told me that this happened in her past. She was adopted when she was 7 years old. She might not. 9 times out of 10, anybody who's been in the foster system, they ain't just been loved properly. So that might ring a bell. She hasn't been loved properly when she was a child. Maybe I want to try to learn how she thinks, or how to love her properly, how I need to speak to her, how I need to assure her, how I need to show up to let her know that I'm in this for her well-being. You know what I'm saying? If somebody is not thinking about how they can show up for you intentionally, for you to become your better self, that's not a good partner for you. That's a selfish individual. You don't get into relationships only thinking about how you can better yourself. You get into relationships thinking about how can we better each other and how can we make life better together. So I'm going to stop on that one. So that one was people who are selfish and only come to take, because what they're taking is something that is priceless. They're taking your energy. They're taking your time, something you can never get back. They're taking your wisdom, your knowledge. Some people are even coming to take favor, because when they're in your life, they have favor. When they're apart from you, they don't have favor. You know what I'm saying? God says that when a man finds a wife, he finds a good thing and obtains favor from God. So you can be in somebody's life and you can be receiving acceptance, approvals, whatever, but then the moment you separate from them, you're starting to feel like the land is desolate again. You know what I'm saying? So you have to be appreciative. No, that is a fact. That's why we're here. That's why we're here. I'm having this video because if I can at least put out some of the red flags, I feel like it's up to you to move how you're supposed to move, because we got to set boundaries. We got to set boundaries, or people going to always come and take. Okay, so we kind of already talked about this. People who are not attentive to what it is that you need, which goes back to being a selfish person. The other one is people who say one thing, but when you disagree, they go back on their word and try to destroy. So, if you notice a pattern of when everything's all good, they're telling you one thing and agreeing to things and like, hey star, hey girl. So if you dealing with somebody and you noticing that when everything all good between y'all, they promising you this, oh, they gonna do this, they gonna do that, they gonna do this. But the moment y'all disagree, they change up on their word. This is somebody who is only coming to destroy, because a person of moral good character, they not coming to have you off balance. This is, again, going back to double-mindedness, going back to confusion. So we good today, we out to dinner today, and you're gonna you want to work on things and this and that. But then the moment I say, well, tonight I just want to go sleep by myself, I don't really want no company, I don't think you should come in, I'll see you tomorrow, it's more of a, oh, I can't come in your house, or this and that. It's like, okay, now I don't want to work on stuff. Now I don't want to put God first in our relationship. I don't want none of these things that I said I want before, because you're not operating in the way that I want you to operate. That is a control mechanism. As long as you're under their control and you're doing what they want you to do, they all for growth. They all for whatever it is that they can say that they think that it is that you need. And as long as you stand up under that radar, they actually might do it. But the moment you cause any type of friction, this one, thank you. High five, everyone. Blessings to everyone. Thank y'all for joining today. We're just talking about a couple of red flags that you should pay attention to, because in these people, you could possibly be destructive. And I'm going to tell y'all why. Because I'm going to tell y'all why at the end. Don't leave. Hold up 1 minute. Okay. So just keep pay attention to that, because that's a dangerous situation too. Because you can't, if you're in like a long-term relationship with somebody, and every time y'all on good terms, they promising you things, and you getting your hope into things, and you making agreements with this person, you might even purchase properties with this person, you might do whatever with this person, and then the moment that you're not operating in a way that suits them or their narrative, they're trying to pull the rug from up under you. It's very much unsafe. It can put you in financial debt. It can put you in it can really get you in situations that you don't want to be in, because you believe that you were eye to eye with this person. You believe that you had a person that you can believe in their word, that they were of their word. But the moment they start trying to pull that rug from up under you, now you're scattering and you're trying to figure out how you finna handle this, and how you finna hold up this agreement, and how you finna do this, and how you finna do that, because it flaked out. It was never a solid thing. It was all just bombing, love bombing. It was you saying that you was going to do something because you wanted me to enjoy the moment. You didn't want me to complain. You didn't want me to challenge you. You didn't want me to hold you accountable. You wanted me to smile, nod, and you wanted to have a good night. And the moment that you are now addressing things, they like, oh, well, I'm not doing that no more. I'm not paying the rent. I'm not taking the kids to school. I'm not this. I'm not that. Yeah, and it's all because they want you to dwindle down. They want you to get into depression. They want you to fall down. They want you to self-destruct. So just be mindful if you're dealing with somebody and their words don't, and not even that their words don't match their actions, because some of their words might match their actions. But if you're watching and every chance they get, they promise you things, then they change their mind. Then they promise you things and they change their mind. Then they promise you things and they change their mind. Definitely a red flag. So, okay, of course, everybody knows if you're dealing with somebody who got an addiction, 9 times out of 10, just leave that where it's at. Leave it where it's at, because if they made it this far in life with this addiction and they don't have mind over matter, which means I can go a year without this, I can go 2 years without this, I can go however long without this, that lets you know that they are not mentally strong enough to fight. Okay, that lets you know a lot of things. Addictions are real. It ruins your financial state. Let me tell you that. If you're addicted to anything and you can't stop it for a week or 2 weeks or a month or whatever it takes for you to get back on track, that means you're addicted. I challenge myself all the time to make sure I ain't smoking, because Mary Jane was something that smelled very much good to me. It gets me in a creative state or whatever, but I have went 2 years without smoking. I have went a month without smoking. I had to just purge myself yet again. I was just smoking. I had relapsed because I was going through a situation that I had to recover from, that I'm telling y'all about now. And I was trying to just cope, telling myself lies, telling myself that I needed to be more of a patient, more passive woman, that I was dealing with somebody who needed help and they needed guidance, and that if I could just not get so frustrated with them, that I could help them, that we could be better. So now I'm smoking because I want to be on chill. I want to be not so always high strung. Because in reality, I'm looking at the real things that should be happening, and it's not happening. But if I'm intoxicated, I'm able to chill and relax and choose my battles. You know what I'm saying? But that's not a good thing. You don't never suppress your true self to accommodate somebody else. And let's just stay on track. You don't get into situations with people who have addictions, because addictions will destroy you. Whether it be money, whether it be drugs, whether it be alcohol, whether it be sexual addictions, it's very much unsafe. Hear me out on that. People who reintroduce you to things you've already detached from. Okay? And the reason why I say this is because the Bible tells you that when a demon leaves, it comes back with 7 more demons. Okay, they don't come back by themselves. I'm saying this to say, if you heard me maybe a couple of minutes ago when I talked about the drinking, it should have been a red flag for me that I was dealing with somebody who had a habit that was so intense, and it was something that I was already delivered from. Whether it be, because when I met this person, I was absent, I wasn't having sex. So that was something that I was reintroduced to that I wasn't doing. And I was even dating and talking to people before I met them. I never had no sex with nobody. So for them to get in my personal life and me find myself relapse on that, that should have been a red flag. That's demonic. When it came to the liquor, if I haven't drunk in 5 years, it should have been a red flag for me to deal with somebody who has a strong, intensive addiction. And at the time, I didn't know how intensive it was, because, you know, at first I was like, okay, you drinking, you out, you have a good time, whatever. I told dude to stop drinking and driving, so I thought he actually received what I was saying, because I hadn't seen him drink and drive in a very long time. So I'm thinking like this is something he got over. I truly was happy for him. I was truly proud of him, and I felt like, you know, he taking heed to the things that I'm saying, and you know, he leveling up. One day, I'm riding, and obviously he comfortable with me at this time because he's drinking. And now we're driving. And that was the day I realized drinking and driving wasn't over with. And then it got to the point where now we going out, we having dinner, and he might have a drink. He don't overdo it. He don't get sloppy drunk. I go, I had me a mimosa, we cool. But it started to get like every Friday. We both off work. We both got paid. We headed to go get us some dinner, spend time together, and we finna drink. I'm gonna drink me a mimosa because I don't drink liquor. And you have one little drink, right? Next thing you know, it got to me seeing fifths and pints and double shots here and double shot, and then so crazy. One day I was sitting in a car with dude, and I just wanted to be on the same frequency. This is how the devil play on your mind. This ain't even my ministry channel, but I'm gonna give it to y'all raw. If y'all don't believe in God, shame on y'all. I pray that you find God for yourself, because things on this earth is real, and it starts in the spiritual realm and it manifests in the physical. Okay, so I'm sitting there and I'm just thinking like, okay, I wanna connect with my man today. I wanna bond with him. I don't want him always feeling like ashamed to have a drink when he around me, because I was starting to pick up on the fact that he was starting to be ashamed. He didn't want to drink around me. He would go get his drinks away from me. He would go get his drinks away from me, and he'd come back and I could smell it on him. So I started not to want that type of relationship. I don't want you to feel like you gotta hide nothing from me. I want to feel like that we can get through this, and that I can know exactly who I'm dealing with. Because if I feel like you hiding something from me, what else are you hiding from me? Okay? So this one particular day, we wake up and we're going to get breakfast. And he's talking about going to get a bottle. It's early. It's like 10 in the morning. Okay? So this was the day that broke the camel's back, basically. So we sit and we went to go get us a breakfast sandwich. It was so good, y'all. It was a Cuban sandwich. I had never had a Cuban sandwich. It was like a chicken sandwich, because I don't eat pork and stuff. So I told him, keep all the pork, just put me some chicken on there. So we had us a Cuban sandwich. We split the sandwich because it was early. We don't eat a lot when we first wake up. So we split the sandwich. He goes in his trunk, and I don't know if he went in his trunk. I don't know where the drink came from. I'm not really sure. But he poured him a cup, and he was sitting there with his ice in his cup, whatever. He was like, I'm finna go in and get me a pop. So he goes in and he gets a Coke to go with, because he drink whiskey, bourbon, whatever. He drink dark liquor. So you know with dark liquor comes the pop, okay? So he go in there, he get him a pop, and it kind of like brought me back memories. Cause back in the day when I lived in Detroit, I used to drink with my best friend. I used to drink Jack Daniels and Coke, and she used to drink Hennessy and Coke. And so when I seen the brown liquor with the drink, I was like, it kind of brought me back a memory. And I just remember, you know, how good it tasted, just the chill moments that I used to have with my best friend. I'm like, you know, I'm with my man. I want to bond with him. I don't want him to, you know, feel like he ashamed to have a drink around me or whatever the case. And I took a sip. One sip, and sat still. Next thing you know, I took another sip. Before I know it, we had been drinking from 10 in the morning to almost 10 at night. You got to think about it. It was sips in a long time span. But it's the fact that we had been drinking all day. And so that was the last night that we was able to work on our relationship, if you hear what I'm saying, because like I told y'all, I am not drunk in 5 years. I know what liquor do to me. I used to literally think I was Dominican because only drink I used to drink before I started drinking Jack Daniels was tequila, and tequila used to make me so vicious that I used to get into it with my man all the time. So I said, I don't want to drink no more. I don't like how I am on drinks. I'm not drinking no more. And then after a while, like I said, I started getting with my best friend, and the only time we would drink is when we was together. So I would start drinking Jack Daniels. Jack Daniels never had me on no rah-rah, because I was always on business when I drank Jack Daniels. So stuff spiraled out of control. Do you hear me? Stuff spirals out of control. And it got very, very violent. And so to be honest with y'all, it's like, if God has delivered you from something, if you have grown from something, it is your duty. It is your duty. It was my duty to not get into that realm with that person. I don't care about none of the comfort or none of the bonding that I wanted to do with my man. That was something I should have never entertained. It was my responsibility to hold on to my growth, because when God level you up, you're supposed to bring people up to your level. You don't supposed to meet them where they at, because now you're going back. Like, no, you're not supposed to be there any longer. You've graduated from that stage. You're not supposed to go back to dimensions that God done elevated you from. You on next level. How you going back and allowing to be influenced by people you're supposed to be teaching? Tell me that. Because if the leaders are now following the people that they're supposed to be teaching, listen, that's destructive. Some of us here, when God put us here to lead, ain't no way you supposed to be following the people that you was put there to lead. Ain't no way I was supposed to have no drink with that man. So with that being said, a red flag is if when people reintroduce you to things that you've already been elevated from. Whether it be, I didn't used to go to clubs. Now with this person, I'm clubbing every weekend. Clubs are so dangerous. I ain't used to being gluttony. I ain't used to sit around and eat all day. But ever since I've been with this person, I've been doing nothing but sitting around and eating all day. I have returned to a place that I done worked out. I done got 50 pounds off of me. Now I'm with this person. And because this is something that they do and I love them, and I'm taking on their identity, I'm doing what they doing instead of teaching them how to do what I do, which is stand firm in the word of God, which is be a doer of the word and not just a hearer of the word. I failed in that. I failed and we're not just talking about me. I'm doing this because I want to help somebody. But I failed in the area of not really displaying Christ the way that I should have, because I backtracked. I allowed the enemy to get me to backtrack, all because I call myself wanting to love or connect or bond with my person. So that is a trick that you really need to be aware of. This is how people get on hard drugs. She ain't never done it, but she was somewhere in the room with her man when he did it, and now she's doing it. Come on now. And what's so crazy is when you are disobedient to God, you reap the worst consequences. I'm quite sure Whitney Houston ain't start doing what she did until she met Bobby. Now she gone and he's still here. Yeah. I'm just saying. No, I don't know the truth, but I'm just saying. Okay, so we went over people who don't see wrong in what they do. people who are unsure of themselves, people who are double-minded, people who are selfish and only come to take, people who are not attentive to what it is that you need, people who say one thing, but when you disagree, they go back on their word and try to destroy you, people who are addicts, people who reintroduce you to things you've already detached from. Those are some people who will destroy you, okay? The next thing is a person who, it says, people who revert you back to your old self. I need to put my phone on Do Not Disturb. Do not disturb. Okay, because I don't want nobody messing up my YouTube video. Okay, the next one, people who revert you back to your old self. Okay, and I feel like this was another red flag for me. Ooh, I didn't even know I had bruises on me. I need to take pictures of these. So yeah, okay. What else was I gonna say? So at the beginning of the situation, I could say maybe 2 months into us dating, and I'm giving y'all examples because I want y'all to know what I'm talking about. Like at the beginning of our relationship, I had 2 moments where I found a person doing something entertaining other women or whatever that I didn't appreciate, and that was the first time I could say I ever was physical with the person. And it wasn't because of what I saw. Actually, when I saw what I saw, I said, oh, if this is what we're doing, why ain't let me know? So I can do it. Are you saying that this is the relationship that we have? Like, I was on that type of time. And I was ready to drive off. He didn't even want me to drive off. He tried to hold my door open. And that was the first time that I feel like we encountered something physical, because you're now what he's saying is, he's saying, you acting like I'm actually having this with them. And it's like, dude, just because you're not having this with them don't mean that it's okay for you to entertain, because you have to realize we're not just regular people that decided to date. We were people who were both seeking Christ, who we are supposed to be of Christ. You know what I'm saying? Regular pictures in your phone, okay, call me insecure, but when it comes to like sexual videos and sexual incentives and things like that, I do have a problem with that, because now I feel like you're a deceitful person, because a man of God wouldn't have those things in his phone. He's delivered from lust already. He's detached from lust already. He's detached from that type of interest already. He has other interests. His interest is building his family, building his future, finding his wife, his good thing, not whoremongers. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was so much in that. And then when you went, y'all know I'm intelligent now, Billionaire Squad. Now I'm in my intelligence, and you trying to tell me that what you're doing is not wrong because you're not actually penetrating these people. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. Got real domestic, real don't play with me. Okay, so that was the first time. And when I saw that in myself, I realized that I was dealing with somebody like from my past. It's like when I did the math yesterday, I was on a ministry call last night, and I realized that I'm 7 years later dating the same exact person who, thank you, say keep speaking facts, thank you. So I realized that now here, 2024, 7 years later, I'm dating the same exact person in a different body. I didn't realize this until last night. I said, like, I have not been physical. I have not been aggressive. I have dated for 7 years. I have dated for 7 years. It's not one guy who can comment on this photo and tell you that I have been physical with him. It's not going to happen, because it hasn't happened. The only person I've ever had that encounter with was with somebody when I was 18 years old. He was very, very immature, and he will provoke me, and I'm seeing the same traits in this person, and I'm like, okay, this person who I'm dealing with now, he went to prison when he was 15 years old. So he could possibly very well be immature, a little boy on a grown man body. So that's why he's provoking me, because he don't know how to handle me, the mature me. He's handling me in an immature way, so I'm provoked and I'm lashing out. But once I saw that, I didn't step fully away. I stepped back, but the person was so like persistent that I thought, thank you, said I can watch you all day, thank you. But so like when you see that a person is causing you to revert back to the person that you've already graduated from, because God gives us opportunity to graduate. He had put you in front of something and you handle it so well, he just level you up. And that has been the story of my life for the last, I would say the last 7 years. I would say every situation I encountered made me better and better and better. And in the 7 years, the people that I dated, it didn't end bad. I had one guy that I dated. He taught me about real estate. He taught me about a lot of investments and how to become financially stable. And we have a good friendship. If I was to reach out, not to this day, but I don't reach out to people from my past when I'm in a situation with somebody. So we haven't talked in a long time. But that didn't end bad. Who else did I date? I dated somebody in Georgia. That didn't end bad. He still, to this day, he said, you stayed down for me. When I come up, I got you forever. Like, people, even though we don't actually make it to being in a relationship and going, you know, having this life together, a lot of situations that I've been in, it did not end bad. So the fact that I'm looking back and I'm seeing that I'm now 30 years old and I'm being provoked in the same way that I was when I was, I think we ended up, we were together maybe 4 years. I think we ended 2017, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. That's a full 7 years. And that is very scary to me for that to be happening, because when I just realized I was looking at this person who I've been with for 5 months, he got so many tattoos on him and I've never seen this tattoo. I finally saw a tattoo on his arm that says cancer. It rung a bell. 7 years ago, I was with a cancer. 7 years ago, I was with a person who was so persistent, who pursued me in a way that I had no choice but to give him a chance, because he was there present every second. So they have a lot of similarities that I didn't pay attention to at first, to be honest. I didn't pay attention to the fact, excuse the people out there cutting grass, hopefully they don't be out there too long, but I didn't pay attention to the fact that I was in a situation that was causing me to revert back to my old self. I was like giving benefit of the doubt. The person would come back and say, you know, I was wrong for that. I know I can do better, whatever. I allowed it back in. I waited. I found something else. They claim they deleted all this and that. I let them back in. And so when you constantly allow things, they don't do nothing but the person does nothing but continue to do more and more things that they want you to eventually accept. Because then it got to the point where now the person is telling me, don't ask me no question about no women, don't ask me nothing about my phone or nothing. This is a control mechanism. This is not somebody who truly loves you, wants to marry you. This is somebody who wants to control you, because the man who wants to marry you, he's okay with answering your questions. He wants to assure you. He's okay with having that freedom with you. Because me, I had the same number for 10 years. I don't care about you having my phone, because if anybody call, it's got to be somebody from the past, because I don't talk to nobody. You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, these people gonna get on my nerve. Okay, people who revert you back to the old self. Okay, people who are trying to manipulate narratives. Drop it in the comments, y'all. Say manipulator. Say master manipulator. Say con artist. Okay, master manipulator. So these are people who keep you isolated, and they know you don't know nobody that they know. So they can in their area control the narrative and say that this person is this person is angry, this person is violent, this person is this. But the people don't know who this person truly is. They don't know why you lashing out on this person. They don't know that this same person who go to church every Sunday with their Bible looking good, coming to church without no wife, is an alcoholic by 3 p.m. They don't know that you constantly coming to my presence, that I'm not chasing you down. They don't know this. Because you can make me look like a possessive, angry woman who just crazy about you. Come on, man. Come on, man. You ain't never been that deep. But these type of people, they portray to other people as if it's all you. They're doing nothing. You know what I'm saying? Like I told the person, I said, I'm going to go to that place, which I'm not going to do because I'm so past it. Everything is behind me. But if the people that knew him knew how much he drank on the daily, not only would he be in trouble with parole, not only would he be in trouble with the place where he lived, it will be people understanding some of the things that I'm going through. But because I don't go out and speak, because I don't go out in contact, because I don't go out and try to clear my name, because I know God gonna vindicate my name, I can sit back and let you paint whatever narrative that you want to paint. I don't have to clear it up. I don't care. I don't care what y'all think about me, because I know the truth. I know that I never went to search and go find this person. I know that this person always come back to me, far as like coming to my presence to where we can work things out. I don't go over there. I don't go over there. There's no reason for me to go over there. I'm not trying to be looking crazy. Like, that'd be a reason for you to claim you need a restraint. You don't need no restraining order against me. I'm not looking for you. I'm not looking for you. I'm not crashing out. I'm not falling out. I don't care who you deal with. I don't care what you're doing with your body parts. I don't care. So restraining order against me for what? This is all to paint a narrative. This is for the person to convince other people that you're whatever they want them to think that you are, to clear their name, to portray themselves as something that they're not. You know what I'm saying? So be very careful of people who try to manipulate narratives. And you can tell when somebody's trying to manipulate a narrative, because all of it, everybody in their personal life, they're going to try to keep you away from, because they have already painted a picture of you in the mind of these people, and they don't want you to clear it up. They don't want the other people to actually see you and know you and hear the wisdom come out your mouth. They don't want the other people to actually find out their demons and the reason why things are really happening, because then they lose control of the narrative. So just be careful. Like, they don't want you around their family. They don't want you around their friends. They don't want you going to their church. They don't want you there, because you're going to set the record straight. Now people are going to start looking at them like, are you the problem? Or is it really her? Because people of wisdom have discerning spirits. By them only knowing one side of the story, they can't discern. They would have to see the other person or hear the other story so they can discern what's the truth. Because why is 3 parts to every story? It's his side, her side, and the truth. So if they are able to hear the truth, the narcissist is disturbed because they're no longer able to paint this picture. Okay? That's another thing. If somebody, that's a flag. If somebody is always trying to disappear, always trying to disappear from their past, somebody who constantly change their numbers, somebody who nobody in their past is around to tell you nothing about them, that's a red flag. I've literally had the same number for 10 years. I don't care who called it. It's not gonna be nothing that I can't live with. You know what I'm saying? I'm not changing my number. You're not scaring me. I don't care what you think about. Like, it's not happening. I'm not changing my number. Is how I make my money. But somebody who always ducking and they parking over here and they doing this and they doing that, you got to be careful of those people. It's very much giving people who try to manipulate narratives. That's what it's very much giving. And then lastly, this is the last one. A person who does, I think we already went over this. I think I said it though, but you know, the person who, like I said, he didn't want me asking him no questions about like women or his phone or like anything like that. And I get it. Like, he wants somebody that he can be with, that he can trust, but that was a control mechanism. That wasn't what that was about. So don't never be with somebody who you feel like you can't express yourself to. You can't ask questions to. I'm about to get teed off because they out this window cutting the grass. It's making me mad. But yeah, so it's dangerous for you to be with somebody who you feel like you can't talk to, you can't ask questions to, your feelings don't matter, they don't want to assure you, whatever it is. That is going to cause you to be into emotional distress. That's a destructive relationship. You're in a relationship with a destructive person because your emotions is not important to the person. The things that you need is not important to the person. Assurance is not important to the person. So these are all just red flags, just a few red flags that I have experienced that I want to share with y'all, because I had to do real work in order to be delivered from the pain that came along with detaching from the relationship, or even being in a relationship. Even when I was in it, I was having to do work to keep myself from hurting. It was days I was in the bed hurting, and I had to just ask God to take, like, to heal me and to just help me to sever ties. I went through days and weeks and weeks and weeks until I got to a point. Definitely. But I mean, I'm just talking about people in general, because the word has been thrown around so much that when you say narcissist, people automatically think that the conversation is BS, because they feel like you now label everybody as a narcissist. So instead of pointing so much at the type of person I'm speaking of, I just gave some traits, because the people who this for, they gonna pick up what I'm putting down. So y'all, I ain't gonna lie, I went 2 days. I went through a real serious deliverance. I ain't gonna lie to y'all, because I had to detach myself from the demonic spirits that comes. Yes, they will. They sure will. They sure will. They will. They will call you a narcissist, because what do narcissists do? They transfer the blame. But if you can find a trait in me, at least 5, because I can find 5 in you. If you can find at least 5 traits in me, you can call me a narcissist. Because a selfish person is not necessarily a narcissist. A person who is, let's see, it's certain people out here that's not always narcissists. Like, I could say a man that's jealous of you. He could be jealous of you financially. Like, manipulator is 100%. Like, I think we talked about that on here. But master manipulation has been going on so serious out here in these streets, in these dating streets. Yes, using others to leverage themselves. But wow. Thank you. Hey, Five Guy. Hey, mediators. How y'all doing? Welcome everybody. Welcome everybody. I'm sorry if the people out here cutting grass is disturbing, but they finna be going in a minute. They've been out there for a good little minute. But hopefully y'all heard everything that I said. But the ultimate thing is, I think that you guys should become more spiritually in tune, because aside from all of the things, thank you. Talking about you look great. I appreciate it. So aside from all of the red flags and traits and characteristics that we can give of a narcissist, it's very important that you become spiritually discerned. That's a gift from God. That's something you have to maybe fast, pray, whatever you have to do. Ask God for the spirit of discernment, because you will start to be able to see things in their faces, their eyes, their demeanor. It's certain things. Why? I want to ask somebody, why are demons so stupid? Demons are so stupid. You want to think that they're smart, because they have a way of trying to manipulate you for a short period of time, but then it's only so long before the demons start exposing themselves. And now I'm starting to think, like, man, I'm telling you, you speaking right here. Now, I'm for real. Like, like and subscribe, y'all. Like and subscribe. Please like and subscribe, because it's only gonna get better over here. But anyway, now that was good. Sponsor. Love that. So yeah, you threw me off because you speaking now. But yeah, you right. I don't know if the live comments come in on a regular video, and I don't want to give away everything I know, because one thing about a narcissist, when they find out that you on to them, they try to change their tactics. That's what they do. But neither here nor there. What I want to say is the spirit of discernment is very real, because even if somebody is love bombing you, or if you're not a person that actually looks for things, it still will be revealed to you. If you have a spirit of discernment, if you are staying in the presence of God, because God will do what? He will reveal to you the hidden things. You ain't lying. You ain't lying. They do start hiding. Yes. Talk about it. But they do. And I think another reason why they hide is to control the narrative. Like I said before, they're not the type of person who gonna face people that really know things about them. They hide out and they look for another victim who don't know who they are. They're going to look for another woman who don't know that they have an alcoholic addiction. They're going to look for another woman who doesn't know what it looks like to see a manipulator in her life. He's going to look for another woman who's not spiritually discerned. He's going to look for another woman who does not question things. So they're going to hide out and fall back so that you don't expose them to other people. It's so that now they can clothe themselves with that facade all over again and go back out amongst the people that they've painted this fake narrative to, painted these lies to, and so that they can find new victims. You know what I'm saying? Somebody who gonna fall for it. But I just thank God for wisdom. So that is just everything, y'all. Those are all the points that I had. I hope that y'all enjoyed this video. The only reason why I gave this is because I feel like chosen ones, empaths, we attract these people. We attract a lot of good too, because God sent us destiny helpers and he sent us people who really want to do good in our lives. But we attract these people because let's be clear. Nobody want to talk about spirituality, but let's be clear. Narcissism is a demonic spirit. It's a demonic spirit. Many demonic spirits. You get what I'm saying? It's a whole lot of them wrapped up. You got Jezebel, you got Delilah, you got Leviathan. Come on now, Leviathan is the master of miscommunication. That's all you ever gonna have with a narcissist is miscommunication. Because their intent is not to get to a place of calmness. And we're not talking about the person. We talking about principalities in high places that are coming to attack children of light. That's what the narcissist empath dynamic is about. They're latching on to people who have a desire to see other people do good. They're latching on to people who can feel the emotions and feel and feel like sympathy and empathy for other people. Those are the people that narcissists latch on to. They don't latch on to another one of them. Sometimes they do. Sometimes they do, and it ends in HE double hockey sticks. But most of the time, they prey on people who have a more modest, laid back type of persona. Somebody who is interested in teaching other people and like loving other people and understanding other people. Those are the people that narcissists attach to because they feed off your energy. Yep. And it's just so crazy because it's very destructive. It's very, very destructive because what they do is they get you to a place where they can then, like you said, they say that it's you. They get you to a place for you to react just so that they can say that you were the problem and not them, so that they can transfer blame, so that they can point fingers. This is why they do the things that they do, because if they can point fingers and blame you, then they have what? Yet another narrative. Yet another narrative. Now they can go and tell everybody how you did this and that to them, but you've never told your side of the story. So nobody knows what really happened. All they know is what this person told them about you. So it's crazy, y'all. I just hope y'all enjoyed this video. I pray that you all intentionally seek God for the gift of discerning of spirits. That's what it's called, the gift of discerning of spirits. Because what you're doing is you're discerning spirits that could be in your vicinity, whether it be in your environment, whether it be working through people who you let in your personal world, whatever the case is. You definitely need discernment if you want to be successful in any type of battle in this world. It's not just about narcissists, it's simply about the demonic spirits in general. Because narcissistic energy comes out as narcissism, but it's a demonic spirit that being operated through. If you look up like the incubus spirits, and I'm talking about a narcissist has almost, I want to say, the true definition of when they say the spirits leave and they come back with 7. A narcissist has so many different spirits. I'm just thinking right now when it comes to like lust addiction and like alcohol addiction and like manipulation and deceitfulness and just so many things. Yes. And then people don't understand that when they have come into agreement with certain things, they have to renounce them and come out of agreement with it before they are free from it. Some people think that because they go to church or they might pray their good morning prayer or read the scripture that they have been delivered from lifelong ties. That's not how that works. You have to renounce, cancel, come out of agreement with things. Period. I'm looking at all these tattoos and I'm like, okay, Cancer is zodiac. That's witchcraft. That's demonic. You got these naked angels on your back with the judge slamming down the thing to signify your life that you had when you got sentenced to your 27 years. That's demonic. Like, dog. But I realized today, I need y'all to, I'm attaching in the description of this video, there's a video about alcohol and what alcohol really, the spirit of alcohol really is and how it destroys you and eats away at your body and keeps you on a low vibration. And the saddest part is when you in somebody's life and you want better for them, you try to explain certain things to them, but they don't receive it well from you. They start to think as if you're judging them or you're condemning them, or you always bringing up this guy stuff, or you know, I don't know what they might say. Different strokes for different folks. So like, I do feel like that they come into this place where they don't want to share things with you because they don't want to feel judged by you. I was a one of those ads too. Don't try to sit here like no, I'm just saying I literally had to purge from smoking. Literally for the last couple of days. And when I tell you I went a whole year without smoking, and then I came here and I only been smoking back. We moved into this house August, September. I started smoking. September. I think it was September. So in September is when I start and when I relapse. I gave this whole testimony, okay? I relapsed and I had been smoking from September, and this is now October. So I had to get to a point where I just, whew. And for me, I feel like it's something that I don't want to do because I feel like that's me not being a good steward of my finances. I feel like that's me being lukewarm or whatever, and that's just me. But the Bible do say that if you feel convicted and you go against your own conviction, at that point is when you sin. You know what I'm saying? And that's in the scripture when it talks about, you know, not eating this and not eating this because it's not what you eat that makes you unclean. If you go there, you will see where the Lord says that it's your conviction that you have in yourself when you go against that. That's when you know that you've sinned, unless God has given you specific instructions not to do something. And for me, when it comes to the Mary Jane thing, it's more so about the addiction aspect of it. If you can go and you can just have that today and then you go 5 days without it and you good and you're not itching and you're not tripping, like, and then you might have it another time, maybe 2 weeks from now. I don't see that to be somebody that's addicted. Somebody that's addicted has to have it every single day. They can't eat without it. They're nauseous when they don't have it. They might have headaches. That's somebody who you know that is addicted. Okay. I lost a lot of weight being off of it. Crazy thing is I gained weight. I weigh like 155 pounds. So during the time of me consecrating myself, I do pray that that don't happen, because I ain't going back to it just so I can eat, you know? Like, I can eat without it. I'm not like 2 years ago when I stopped, I was addicted to a point where I couldn't eat without it. I had headaches when I was withdrawn. I was nauseous, diarrhea. Listen, stomach is hurting because I need that. Like, that's how it was, but it haven't been like that for me. So yeah, I'm just excited that I brought this video to y'all. Y'all was very receptive to the conversation. I am going to be let's see what you're saying. Let me see what these 5 months off. That's gangster. Money and my mental health need a break. Yeah. Because when you into that, you spending every bit of anywhere from 20 to 80 a week if you a bare minimum smoker. If you really one of them ones and you doing ounces, man, it's really like that. Like, it's really like that. Sad to say, but you're addicted. Like, for real. So I enjoy this time with y'all. I want to ask y'all to, if any way, I don't care if you have a niece, a sister, a friend, anybody who you feel like would benefit from my channel, whether they benefit from business, financial literacy, self-development, spirituality, any type of insight, I would appreciate if y'all would share the channel, because that would help me greatly. My YouTube is my only source of income at the moment, and it is very hard to get enough money to pay bills from YouTube. So it takes a lot and a lot and a lot of support. Also, if y'all want to, y'all actually can run ads for me. If y'all don't want, you know, to support in no type of monetary way, just like, comment, subscribe, or run ads for me. Like, you can go on the Google Ad Center and you can run an ad, and you can put my video link inside the ad and just put a nice title and everything, and Google will run my channel through the algorithm, and a lot more people will find out about me. However y'all want to help me out, I would appreciate it. And with that being said, I got a video that I'm finna edit really quick that I shot earlier about narcissists playing mind games with you, and the reason why they're playing mind games with you. And I actually want to go watch the video and like edit it, and I will be back afterwards. I'm also going to post on my spiritual channel today, because I am going to give a testimony. So for my kingdom kids, for someone who might need to hear it, I feel like it's on my heart for me to have to give them this testimony. So yeah, I'm glad I came by today. I love y'all. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Hit that post notification bell. Drop in the comments what y'all want me to talk about next. If y'all want me to touch deeper on anything I talk about today, or any of my other experiences that I've had with narcissistic demonic energy, anything healing, getting out of any type of depression or state of being stuck or mind fogged or anything like that, because I had to fight that. One thing, oh, here we go, the end of it. This is the reason why I wanted to wait to the end. The reason why I say, because somebody commented and they said that whatever somebody do to you is what you allow. That is very much true. But the reason why I say that these are red flags to look out for, because these type of people can destroy you if you date them, is because when you come into a relationship, a union, a unity, a oneness with another person, you are affected by everything that comes with them. Everything. It's a spiritual exchange. Not only are you exchanging spirits with the person, but any type of spirits or anything that has a hold on them, a strong hold on them, you can be affected by, because you're now in oneness with this person. It can affect you so detrimentally. It could be so much of a downfall, so much of a breaking point for you, that some people do not come back. Some people do not recover, because everybody not strong enough to recover. Some people fall into a deep depression and do not recover. Some people lose so much that I'm talking about, they take so much of a loss financially that they don't even see how they can recover. It's bothering them mentally. It's hurting them. And so everybody don't know. I want to give this tip to y'all though, because God said that this kind only comes out by praying and fasting. So if you ever feel like you're in a situation where you've been laying down for too many days, you've been crying, you've been depressed, you've been like not knowing what your next move is, you got mind fogginess, you feel like it's hard for you to detach from something or someone, anything like that, you want to go into a fast. Point blank period. You want to go into a fast. And when you fast, You have to do work during the fast. It's not just about not eating. It's about praying during the fast, taking your petitions to God. It's about repentance during the fast, repenting for the things that you've done, the parts that you've played, any type of idolatry, disobedience, soul ties, generational curses, any spoken word curses that you might have spoke out your mouth to the next person or their family or whatever. These are things that I have experienced, that I have repented from. And it's like, when you fasting, you don't only abstain from food. You do sacrifice that desire for God, but you also have to repent. You have to pray. You have to speak the word of God back to the Father. You have to take his word back to him, because his word can't return to him void. God is not a liar. So if you pray the word of God, it has to come to pass. You also have to stay in thanksgiving, and you have to praise. You have to praise. One thing that I realize is it matters how you wait. It matters how you wait. When you are waiting for God to come through for you, it matters how you wait. Praise while you wait. Be in thanksgiving while you wait, so that you already know that what you ask for is done. I am praising God right now because I know he has delivered me from all bondage, all soul ties, all he has delivered me from all addiction. He has delivered me from anger. Yes, I still have to do the work, but he has already delivered me. So now I'm in praise. Now I'm in thanksgiving, because I know next time I encounter that thing, I'm going to overcome it. It's not going to overtake me. So, like I said, if y'all dealing with anything like that, make sure you go into a fast and go before God before you fast, and ask for grace during the fast, so that you won't be nauseous and you won't have headaches or be fainted. You can make it through the time that you agree with God that you're going to fast. Ask him for that grace, to extend that grace, and then you put on the full armor of God. The helmet of salvation, the breastplate of righteousness. Your word, your Bible is your sword, your shield of faith, your garter of truth. Shine your shoes with the preparation of the gospel. Do you hear me? Make sure that you go into any type of warfare with the full armor of God on. Anoint your head. Ask God to clothe me with the full armor of God. Know the scriptures. If you don't know the scriptures, it's going to be hard for you to fight. I'm going to be honest with you. Because you have to fight with the word of God. You don't fight by speaking word curses against people. You don't fight by having a resentful, angry heart. Your heart, first of all, for your prayers to reach the heavens, your heart posture got to be correct. Before I could even go to God and pray, I had to go to God and repent for any type of resentment, any type of bitterness, strife, unforgiveness, any anger that I had towards whoever I felt like harmed me at that moment. I had to go before God and lay and present my case. I had to tell God why I felt like I did. I had to tell God the reason why I reacted like I did. I had to tell God why I have this perspective and why I'm thinking of this person the way that I'm thinking of them. He already knows. But I'm humbling myself, coming to him childlike, and expressing to my Father why I feel this way, why I feel misused, why I feel manipulated, why I feel angry, why I feel resentful. And then I repent and I release the person into my forgiveness. And I receive forgiveness from God for the things that I did. And then I go into prayer asking God for a deliverance of the things that I want stripped off of me. And then I start thanking God that it's already done. I start thanking God for a peace of mind. I start thanking God for new beginnings. I start thanking God that my destiny helpers are now coming. I start thanking God for his will being done in my life, and for removing the people who didn't want to see me do good. The people who weren't out for my best interest, who was only selfish enough for me to be patient with them, but they didn't want to be patient with me. For me to be okay and comfort them during their times of having flaws, but when my flaws started to show, it was too much for anybody to handle. You know what I'm saying? So I just thank God for removing those type of people, because relationships, whether they be business, partnerships, friendships, family, it always have to be reciprocated. If you come into me and you asking me to be patient with you and to teach you, you have to be willing to be patient with me and teach me. If you asking me to understand you and whatever the case, you have to reciprocate that energy. It's not just, everybody has to understand you and be patient with you, and you don't have to be understanding and patient with other people, and you don't have to have the will to teach other people certain things about you. Like that's a one-way street type of relationship. We're not doing none of that. So I love y'all. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Hit that post notification bell. Y'all probably see me again over on Kingdom Kid channel in just a little bit. But I have to edit some videos, and I will see y'all later. I love y'all.